Hi, art lovers. Have you ever strolled through a museum and felt like a painting was truly watching you? Isn't it just such a cool experience? What if I told you the world's most famous painting does exactly that, and its secrets are even more shocking than you can imagine? Forget everything you think you know about the Mona Lisa, because today we're pulling back the curtain on Leonardo da Vinci's masterpiece. This isn't just a painting, it's a 500-year-old mystery, and you're about to become a detective. Welcome to Mingle with Mona. Today, we are decoding Da Vinci and uncovering 15 surprising facts that will completely change how you see the Mona Lisa. Let's start with the basics, but I promise, it gets wild. Leonardo da Vinci, the ultimate Renaissance man, began painting this portrait around 1503. It took him years. Some say he worked on it until just before his death in 1519. Today, she holds court at the Louvre Museum in Paris, protected by bulletproof glass, drawing millions of visitors into her enigmatic gaze. And that gaze, that smile, is our first big mystery. Is she happy? Sad? Is it a smirk? For centuries, this has been the ultimate debate. Art historians, scientists, and millions of us have stared into her eyes, trying to decipher her mood. This ambiguity wasn't an accident. Da Vinci was a master of illusion, and he wanted to create a lifelike presence that felt interactive. That's what makes her so captivating. Now, here's something that shocks almost everyone who sees her in person. Despite her larger-than-life reputation, the Mona Lisa is surprisingly small. It measures just 30 inches by about 21 inches. That's smaller than the average movie poster. This intimate scale forces you to get closer, to really look into her face, which is exactly what Leonardo wanted. He wasn't just making a big statue. He was capturing the spirit of a person in a small, easy-to-carry panel. So, how did he achieve that mesmerizing, almost smoky quality? This brings us to fact number 5, the Sfumato Technique. Sfumato is Italian for smoked, and it's a painting technique Leonardo perfected. He applied incredibly thin, almost transparent layers of paint, one on top of the other, to create soft, seamless transitions between colors and tones. There are no harsh lines or outlines on the Mona Lisa. This is why the corners of her mouth and eyes seem to blur and shift, contributing to that famous, elusive expression. It's a technique so subtle and masterful that it's almost impossible to replicate even today. But who was she? For a long time, her identity was another puzzle. We now have strong evidence that the woman is Lisa Gherardini, the wife of a wealthy Florentine silk merchant named Francesco del Giocondo. In fact, in Italy, the painting is known as La Gioconda. So, Mona Lisa isn't her name, it's a title. Mona is a contraction of Madonna, which means My Lady. So, we are looking at My Lady Lisa. Imagine being commissioned to paint a portrait and creating something so timeless that it becomes the most famous face in history. And when I say famous, I mean it. The Mona Lisa is, without a doubt, the most visited, most written about, most sung about, and most parodied work of art in the entire world. Around 80% of the Louvre's visitors come just to see her. She's the undisputed queen of the art world, a true global icon whose fame transcends culture and time. But why her? What gives her this superstar status? Well, her story is packed with drama. Let's dive into one of the most bizarre theories out there. Some art historians and researchers have suggested that the Mona Lisa might actually be a self-portrait of Leonardo da Vinci in drag. I know it sounds crazy, but when you digitally overlay Leonardo's self-portrait onto the Mona Lisa's face, the facial features, the nose, the eyes, the chin, align with shocking accuracy. Was Leonardo exploring ideas of androgyny and the duality of human nature? Or is it just a coincidence? It's a tantalizing theory that adds another layer of intrigue to the painting. The world's fascination with her is so intense that it's taken on a life of its own. Here's a fact you want to believe. The Mona Lisa has her own dedicated mailbox at the Louvre. For decades, she has received countless fan letters, poems, and even flowers from admirers all over the globe. She's probably received more love letters than any person in history. It speaks to the powerful, almost human connection people feel when they stand before her. She's not just an image on a wall. To many, she's a confidant. This connection has prompted an unprecedented level of scientific scrutiny. The Mona Lisa has been X-rayed, laser scanned, and analyzed with infrared technology more than any other painting. Scientists have studied the pigments, the wood panel, and the layers of varnish to understand Leonardo's process and preserve her for future generations. These scans have revealed hidden details, like the fact that she originally had eyebrows and eyelashes, which have since faded or been accidentally removed during past cleaning attempts. She's a 500-year-old patient in a state of continuous observation. Perhaps the single event that catapulted her to international stardom was her theft. On August 21, 1911, the Mona Lisa vanished from the Louvre. The world was in an uproar. The borders of France were sealed. Pablo Picasso was even a suspect and was brought in for questioning. For 2 years, she was gone. The media frenzy was insane. The thief was an Italian handyman named Vincenzo Peruggia, who had worked at the Louvre. He believed the painting belonged in Italy, its rightful home, and had simply hidden it in his small Paris apartment. When he tried to sell it to a gallery in Florence, he was caught. Mona Lisa's big return to the Louvre was a worldwide sensation, turning her from a masterpiece into an absolute legend. Following this grand return, let's revisit the genius of Leonardo. The level of detail and patience he exhibited is truly astonishing. It's estimated that Da Vinci applied over 30 layers of paint to achieve the final effect. Some of these layers are thinner than a human hair, just micrometers thick. This painstaking process is what gives her skin that otherworldly, luminous glow. He wasn't just painting, he was playing with light and shadow, creating depth and life like never before. It's a testament to his obsession with perfection. And now for the magic trick. Her expression isn't static. It actually changes depending on how you look at her. This is a deliberate optical illusion created by Leonardo. When you look directly at her eyes, the less focused, peripheral part of your vision picks up the shadows at the corners of her mouth, making her appear to be smiling. But when you try to look directly at her smile, it seems to vanish, because your central vision doesn't pick up the subtle shadows as well. It's an interactive experience, a dance between your eyes and the canvas. Leonardo wasn't just an artist, he was a neuroscientist, centuries ahead of his time. Think about the world she has witnessed. Painted in the High Renaissance, she has survived the French Revolution, both world wars, during which she was evacuated and hidden for safety, and the dawn of the digital age. She's a silent witness to half a millennium of human history, her serene expression remaining constant through it all. She's more than a painting. She's a time capsule. Finally, what's behind her? That strange, dreamlike landscape is almost as mysterious as her smile. The jagged mountains, the winding river. It doesn't appear to be a real place. In a bizarre twist, the horizon lines on the left and right sides of her don't match up. The left side is significantly lower than the right. This subtle imbalance adds to the surreal, unsettling quality of the painting. It's as if she's the bridge between two different worlds, the calm human subject against a backdrop of natural chaos. It's a landscape of the mind, a final puzzle from Leonardo, leaving us with more questions than answers. And that's the true genius of the Mona Lisa. She never gives you a final answer. She invites you in, she plays with your perception, and she keeps you guessing. She is a conversation that has lasted for over 500 years, and it shows no sign of stopping. Leonardo da Vinci didn't just paint a portrait, he created an eternal enigma. What an incredible journey into the secrets of the world's most famous painting. From her real identity and tiny size, to the dramatic theft and mind-bending optical illusions, the Mona Lisa is so much more than just a pretty face. She is a marvel of science, art, and history, all rolled into one. What do you think is the most surprising fact? And what's your theory behind her smile? Let us know in the comments below. We love reading your thoughts. If you enjoyed diving behind the art scene with us, please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Mingle with Mona for more deep dives into art's greatest mysteries. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.